YouTube comments or in Twitch chat right now, those reactionary threads, thinking that I'm somehow ruining your current X-Play experience because you can't objectify me how you previously did to Morgan.
Oh, so you guys, I don't even know, she's not even talking about me because I don't have a problem with them or anybody. But did you know that you previously objectified Morgan? All you disgusting people, you previously objectified the women that were on the show. Do you hear that? That's our fault. That's your fault, our fault, everybody's fault. We previously objectified Morgan Webb and Olivia Munn. You see, the new social justice warrior Me Too people, or whatever it is, are the new Christian right. You see, the Christian right, a lot of times back in the day, used to try to silence people for being sexy, having fun with their bodies, and expressing things. But now it's called objectifying and all these other things and weird. They make the religious right used to want to make you feel uncomfortable about sexuality and being like this. Now, the left-wing, weird people, SJWs, want to do the same thing. They want to shame you for, saying women are hot or this was hot or that was hot. And yet they were doing those things back then because they were having fun, being sexy, being outlandish, selling with the sex cells and everything. Now that's embarrassing. That's what religious right used to say. But now the left has become the religious right. Very strange time. But anyway, that was just one clip of her rant, not out of context, but kind of a little bit out of the context. So let's listen to the whole rant in context, I suppose, or in full, so that we can get all the information from it, because I do agree with her in some parts of what she's saying, and I understand why she's going into this rant, because she feels less than and inadequate compared to the previous hosts. And this rant could happen even if you were just a new male host replacing an old male host where you don't feel up to standards. But there's no need to attack men and women and all the listeners of the old show who used to love enjoying the sexuality of the show when the show was presenting it that way. I don't understand that. That's like basically saying, hey, come on into our store and just take something. Then when you come in and take something, they go, you're a thief! You thief! Hey, take a look at these, G4 listeners. You like that? You like that? Well, in 10 years, we're going to tell you you're a scumbag for objectifying it. Yeah. Like, what's wrong with these people?
Sexism in gaming. In joining G4...
This is not where I thought we were going, but I'm here.
I had no idea.
I'm listening. Yeah.
In joining G4, I was ecstatic to be part of something that I grew up watching as a child. But every time G4 is brought up in various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us. I can see you. Without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous hosts. It's somehow...
Talk to him, Frost!
It has somehow been expected that you can talk about how much you jerked off to women as a compliment. It's not a compliment.
It's weird.
It's dehumanizing.
Well, that's opinion.
And it's weird. Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
Hey, she cooking, y'all.
And that's just obvious sexism. You don't need to explicitly objectify women or declare that you hate women to be sexist. Just go ahead and check out Thorne's latest meltdown on Twitter for some spark notes. Now, here at XPlay, our reviews are written and produced by a team of people. There are too many games for one person to shoulder the burden. So we divide and conquer. And when we use language like we or I, that's the reviewer. That's coming from the mouth and experience of the reviewer reading that review. And that's not to say that Gerard, TBH, Adam, or myself don't contribute to the reviews. We absolutely do. But it'll always be in varying degrees and take a whole team behind us. That's why we're XPlay and not Adam Play. We have done the experiment and controlled for the variables. Adam will read a script written by the same writer that I will read the other half of the script for, but I'll be the one flamed. And yeah, it also happens to Gerard and TBH, but that doesn't discount the sexism of how it happens to me when it does. Both things can be true, that there is a general hatred of any change that isn't Adam, and that I'll receive special flame just for being a woman. And I wish I could turn the camera around so that you could see the incredible team that make XPlay. Half of our producers and writers are women. Emily, Abby, Megan, Joe, Jake, Zipper, Gabby. It goes on and on and on. Former writers that are now on ATOS like Vanessa. When you're in our DMs or on those, or that I'm somehow less qualified to speak on something, but you can't quite put your finger on why, even though I'm reading the exact same script as Adam, but you have no problem with he's part of it, you're letting your unconscious biases ruin my day and you're gatekeeping the gaming space. So maybe for 2022, we be a bit nicer, a bit more self-reflective, and we enjoy the fact that people are working hard to make free content for you. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
Hey, I gotta back you up. I gotta back her up. Can I just say I feel bad for you?
I don't need to go. I don't need to frost.
I feel bad for
I don't need to go. Don't. We're good. I'm good. I'm good. That was the best it's ever gonna get out of us. I don't need to go.
Start by saying something. A lot of people took this video and they clipped it at the most crazy part, right? Where she yells that, don't want to watch it, peace, women, blah, 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 objectifying. Here's the thing. I'm going to point out where she's wrong. Where she's wrong is she said Olivia Munn and all these women weren't there to be objectified or whatever. Well, you're wrong. Because here's why. Now, that video that I just put up, that I just showed you, shows how, you conditioned us. You conditioned males, people, everybody watching the channel. Now, my point is, we're not talking about objectifying women as much as we're talking about fun. It felt like G4 was fun. That's why we watched. You even saw Adam, I think it was Adam or one of them, jumping into the pool of cream with Olivia Munn because it was fun. They had an American flag hung up. They jumped into a pool. Even the guy put on the maid outfit. That's what made G4 fun, was that it was fun. That's why people watched it. They didn't just watch for the sexy women who were there, although that helped. And you can't deny it happened, and you can't deny that you conditioned people to like that. So for her to sit there and say, like, or whatever she is, I don't know what the LGBT, I don't know about anything anymore. Who the fuck knows what anybody is anymore? But the point is, I actually agree with a lot of what she's saying. I get it. She's trying to put on a show, and in the chat, people are like, oh, who's this? This is 2022 for you. There's no titties and stuff. Instead, we got to stare at Bucktooth Dorco girl, SJW person. And so, like, I understand her rage. You know what I mean? But what you got to understand is you're going to get the trolls, and you're going to get that. You're just going to be compared. Like she said, even if she was a guy in that position, people are going to still compare the old Koha. I mean, dude, that's what they're going to do. But I think the thing that irritates me is that she said the only mistake she made in this rant, this is an off-the-cuff rant. I'm sure if she could go back and maybe correct some things or make things more clear and some other things, she would do that. This was a random explosion angry rant. But definitely this is the type of thing that turns me off. Everything I loved, and I'm just telling you my, point of view. And she could call all of you guys or all of us or everybody. We could be called trolls or living in our basement, whatever it is. But one thing that you're failing to realize is the hard work that G4 and the new G4 team are putting in and whatever. I understand that, and I sympathize with that for her. But one thing she needs to think about and realize is that you are taking over something that everybody did love, and there was many different reasons for why they loved it. And you got to think that some people are going to be sad, confused, worried. They're going to be defensive. And you just got to do your best to win those people over. You got to do your best to be better than the previous cast or as good in a different way so that people will say, yeah, but I like this anyway. Even though it's not the old G4 for sure, we'll always have that, but this is pretty good too. But right now it's clear that that's not happening because there's some kind of pushback, or they're just focusing on the negative feedback. I don't know. But there's clearly some kind of disconnect going on, and maybe people are getting butthurt about it. But what I will say is most people making a video about this are bashing her, and they're just cutting these certain 2 or 3 moments that are kind of crappy, and they're building on it. In fact, that's even what I planned on doing. But before making my video, I said I better watch the whole clip and see what's up. And after watching the whole clip, I now sort of understand her rant a little bit more. But I also want G4 and this new cast or whatever who clap like baby seals after her speech, like, oh, you said it, girl, you just did it. Nobody likes that anymore. There's a crew of people, there's a small little division of people that love I'm speaking up, I'm saying it, oh! There's a small group of people that will cheer for that and love it or whatever. But most people don't like that. Most people don't. And that doesn't mean that people like sexism and people want to see you just made fun of and people want to see evil, people want to see you mistreated and objectified or whatever you want to say, all that stuff. That doesn't mean that. It's just that people want to have fun, all right? And you're going to get some nastiness. You're going to get some weirdness. But if you want a clear, clean Star Trek The Next Generation, although I would love that, actually, but if you want that clean as a whistle safety helmet show, you're going to get safety helmet results, okay? You're going to get safe results if you give a safe show. If you do this, you're going to fail. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I will say. You're going to fail. However, I think 70% of what she said, I understand. I've been through it myself in chats, in my show and places where people bash you and they don't quite understand and you feel they don't understand. But you also don't understand them. Now, most of these people are probably 12-year-olds or 15-year-olds in the chat who are like, hey, they're just trolling you and you're falling for the negativity. You know what I mean? Go with it. Make fun of it. That's how you win these people over. You go, yeah, I'm not Morgan Webb. I'm not, Olivia Munn, I'm a guy, I'm a, I don't know what her background is, so I don't know what to say here. I'm never going to be them, but I don't know, you can make fun of yourself for it, and that's about it. Just roll with it that way, or what she should have done is said, well, I've been seeing your comments in the chat about how I should be like Olivia Munn and Morgan Webb and everybody. Trust me, I've been seeing it. Some people are like, who's this guy? And all these other things. Real funny. So the producers here have decided to do something different with me this week, and then she pulls off a towel that she's wearing, and she's got big, giant implant things on her and, all this shit, and she's like, am I better now? Am I better now, chat? Will you listen to me now? Am I better now? Oh, my God, dude, that would have been hilarious. And then if she, ripped it off and threw it all off and everything, and she was like, seriously, guys, I'm doing my best. This is who I am. I'm not going to be them. I wish you wouldn't shit on me every second for it. I'm just trying to do my best. Here's what we do to do this. And then she went on a little rant about it. And then was like, so anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys can enjoy the show. And if you can't, go look up the old videos and wax your carrot or something. I don't know. Or get a girlfriend or something. I don't know. And then move on from there. And that'd be funny. And then that would start diffusing the situation. You're acknowledging it, making a joke out of it. But maybe that's too much, too. Maybe that's subjective. Maybe the joke of the tits and the thing. I don't know, bro. I don't know what these people are on nowadays. But that's about it, man. That's my rant on this situation. I'm giving a much bigger benefit of the doubt to her than most people are doing. Most people are just like, oh, my God, she's crazy. These are the people. And I do agree that she is like, peace, and you can freeze frame her face looking angry, like, And she is like, I don't know what it is, man. Ghostbusters 2016. We're going to take what you loved, put all women in it, and then we're going to bash men. That's weird. But do you see how the new Ghostbusters is good? And it's led by a female child. And the show is good. Because good is good and bad is bad. If you put women in something to bash men and it sucks, it's going to suck. If you put women in a movie that bash men and it's funny, it might be funny. That's the problem. Every IP, everything we love, Star Trek, Star Wars, everything has been destroyed by these people. And when the audience speaks up and says, this sucks, why are they doing this? What is this? You know what they do? They attack the audience. Why do they always attack the audience? Attacking the audience is the wrong move. It is the wrong move every time. It always is the wrong move. If you attack the audience, they will stop watching, they'll attack you back, and the ones that didn't have a problem will see you doing that and say, this is kind of nasty. Sure, you'll have your clapping seals, but you're going to lose the other 8 people who weren't going to clap for your speech. You lose the 8 people who are like, ugh, like I don't want to deal with this, and you don't even know it. All you do is see the clapping, yay, but the numbers are going to drop eventually. It's not going to be good. Please think about it. I used to love G4. Sure, it's not going to be what it was, but if it's going to be this SJW soapbox every time, oh boy, I will never watch this show. I stopped watching a little bit recently, and then I was like, I'm done. And that's really what it is. This world we live in of everybody crying. When did the social justice warrior dorks become the Christian right? I can't believe how the video game goth social justice warrior liberals have turned into the religious Christian right of the 80s. Of the censor and you don't do this, you don't do that, you're done, you're banned, you're canceled, Like, it's wow. I can't even believe that the people that I used to relate to are now the people that are the very thing that I always hated, but now are in my group of people. I don't even know what's going on. Nerd culture has been taken over by woke, psycho, Christian, right-wing types from the 80s, but manifested as left-wing liberal dorks. I don't know what's going on. How did the right-wing Christians become more tolerant than the left-wing, open-minded, good people, science people? What has gone on? What the hell is happening to this country? I don't know. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Leave it in the comments down below. This is nightmare fuel, to be sure.
Stay tuned for more news right here on Shame on News.